Alright guys, Tactical Bit here today, and I want to talk through my predictions for Division B of the CWL Pro League, because I did this for Division A thanks to a kind fellow in my Discord for reminding me that this is actually a video I should do. If you haven't joined my Discord yet, I'll leave the link in the description box below of this video, so yeah, it's a good time. Firstly, let's get into some news. So there was a little bit of drama on Twitter yesterday. I thought you guys would like me to maybe mention it. Zoom did a tweet about like, why is Rated always has my name in his mouth? Apparently, they were playing 8s or something, or 10s nowadays, and like Zuma rotated, or he didn't rotate or something like that, and Rated said something like that's why I didn't team with you or something, because, you know, supposedly Zuma here has basically asked every team in the league if they want to team, because of course he's not in the league because FaZe didn't qualify, so he's trying to get on the team at any possible cost. So anyway, that was a bit of Twitter drama I think you guys might enjoy. Then moving on to an interesting situation in regards to, well, my predictions, and also tonight. This is what Silly tweeted out a few hours ago. Accuracy, Kenny, Enable, Replays, or Crowder, Octane, Priester, and myself have been waiting for our flight 10 hours after scheduled departure. And Enable tweets this out as well. Looking slow for us to make our match tomorrow. Now, well, that's an interesting one, because if they're really not going to be able to make their match due to this flight situation, and, well, I mean, it seems like Silly is also in a similar situation to the rest of the 100 Thieves guys, which means that, you know, maybe EnVy will have to use Bevels as a substitute, but then if 100 Thieves can't play anyway, then it's not going to matter, I guess. So I don't know what's going on, but regardless, it's an interesting situation. We'll have to see how it develops, but I'm going to go forwards in this video, assuming, obviously, that the match is going to go ahead. So, yeah, like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new as always, and let's get right on in with it. So, these are the matches for this week. I want to go through my predictions for these matches in particular, and then go into more detail on how I see the entire division playing out down the line, because, well, I wonder what you guys think, because it's a very interesting one. So, firstly, just to mention, these were the standings after the first 2 weeks of Division A. Of course, Optic played with a substitute, but they still managed to come out 4-3, which is, you know, definitely respectable. You know, Red Reserve, Midnight Genji, all in and around there. Luminosity had a good finish to the week. So, this is what the standings in Division A look like. This is what the standings in Division B look like. And, well, eUnited, Splyce, EnVy, E6, 100 Thieves, Heretics, Accelerate, and Denial. So let's go through the matches this week and let's see what happens. So firstly we have Heretics, eUnited, and of course this is super interesting because we haven't seen eUnited and Splyce play on LAN for literally 2.5 months, or around that region. December the 9th, I guess, was the last time we saw these teams play, and well, it's pretty remarkable considering they played at Vegas all that time ago. Now is when we finally get to see them again on LAN. So of course, all we really have to go off is how they've looked online and how they did perform at Vegas, which obviously was very well. United came second to Optic. Splyce were undoubtedly the closest team to taking down Optic. They should still be the top 2 favourites in the division. But, you know, EnVy, for example, we have seen them at the Pro League qualifier and they looked very good. So who knows how eUnited and Splyce would have looked if they'd have had to go through that situation. Heretics looked pretty damn good at the Pro League qualifier as well. But against eUnited, you know, I don't think many people would favour Heretics right now. You know, Vamos Heretics, but it's very difficult to say that they're going to come out on top against eUnited, who a lot of people right now would consider, you know, a top 3 team in the game. So I'm going to favour EU. EnVy 100 Thieves is super interesting. I think the most important and interesting question here is, how good will 100 Thieves look now since this roster change? You got Ferrer out of the team, you brought in Priester, and in my opinion, arguably most importantly, you have Replays or Crowder as coach now. So yes, that's the team. So you've got Slasher, Octane, Enable, Priester, and Kenny. And well, with this Maddox nerf that's going to come into play for the second week of action, we'll go through those matches in a second. How will that affect this team? Maybe it'll, well, the Sorg is being nerfed as well. So arguably it makes the ARs even stronger, which arguably makes 100 Thieves an even better team. How good they will look this week is interesting. Supposedly they've been a lot better online, but then again we do have to take it with a grain of salt considering they looked pretty damn good online before Vegas. They were coming second in the Pro Downs as such, and yeah, Vegas they came top 12, so not spectacular by any means. We'll have to see. EnVy did really well at the Pro League qualifier, as you can see here. They go 6-0, didn't lose a series. The only close one was against Heretics, who also played super well. But you have to take it, you know, there's a little bit of grain of salt to be taken here, considering the bottom 4 teams in this division were pretty woeful. G2 were the only ones that were competitive and could have made it through over Heretics. There was a game 5, of course. Every other team wasn't great, so okay, yeah, EnVy looked pretty damn decent, but they didn't beat any spectacular teams, and neither did Heretics per se. G2 was a very solid team, but, you know, they didn't get over the line. So I'll be interested to hear how good you think 100 Thieves will be this week and going into next week, because I actually have a fair bit of faith in this team. They can't be average forever, is my prediction, and I feel like they'll be super good. Then again, they could really, down the line, they could finish anywhere in this division from like 1st to 5th, I think. Optic Jewel even said that on the Reddit, and I thought it was a fair point, because you really don't know what you're getting out of this team right now. Against EnVy I think is the safe prediction. I'm going to go 100 Thieves just out on a limb. I think the first match of the Pro League for these guys, it could go either way. And yeah, I don't know how good 100 Thieves is going to be in Search and Destroy and the like. I guess Bevels and the S&D that we should see out of EnVy, and we've seen out of EG in the past when they first come to a big tournament, you tend to see their S&D being pretty damn good, which should be the difference maker here, I would presume, between these two teams. Then again, you don't really know what replays and Crowders bring into the table in that regard either. Could be very solid. So I'm going to go 100 Thieves out on a limb. Heretics versus Denial the next day. I would hazard to guess that, you know, Denial are a very solid team. Over time, they did very well. As you can see here, they went 3-3, but they managed to qualify through the bracket later on. You know, they lost to Midnight, and I think they lost to 100 Thieves, but they did well against the other squads and made it all the way through here. And, you know, the top 5 teams all in this division all made it into the Pro League. So they did very well, but they shouldn't be that good here. I can't predict Denial. This is the team of Zeeked, Whalers, Natche, Breezy, and Risk, the French guys. And, well, I don't think many people are predicting this team to be that good. They could, you know, they do have some potential here. They do have some underdog, dark horse, you know. They'll win a couple of upset series, I would predict. But, you know, against Heretics, they should get outclassed. And EXG, as they're now known, I thought XLG sounded better for Accelerate Gaming, but regardless, EXG is now what they're being known as. They're playing EnVy on day 2. The start times here over at the right, these are in GMT, so minus 5 hours for Eastern time, minus 8 hours for Pacific time. So EXG, I can't really predict these guys to do that well either. It's, you know, it's Fastballers team, BZ and those guys, Profizi. And, well, they did very well to make it through the Pro League qualifier, but I feel like it may be one of those teams that you kind of thought that with it going 5v5, some of those names would get into the league, but they wouldn't really have the caliber down the stretch to be particularly good in the league. So I think a lot of people would predict Denial and EXG to end up at the bottom of the league down the run. Whether which way round they will be is yet to be determined, but I'm pretty much going to be predicting them to lose every single match apart from the games they play against each other, because I think this division is super top heavy right now. So we've got E6 versus eUnited. I guess eUnited should be favoured here, but E6 are, well, a fantastic team in their own right. I think Frosty is a superb talent, so is Kismet, and down the line they should get better and better, I think, over time as Frosty continues to improve. Whether they will lose Frosty in a transfer period or even Kismet is, well, we'll have to see, and if they do, then I guess I'll knock their pedigree a little bit. Splyce 100 Thieves is exciting. I guess I should predict Splyce just off how good the overall team dynamic should be. 100 Thieves Denial, I'm going to go with 100 Thieves. E6 Heretics is a super close one for me. I really don't know how to call this one. E6, of course, went 5-1, beating all the teams they had to beat here. They lost to Reciprocity in a game 5, round 11, 5-1 comeback map 5 on Gridlock, I believe, something like that. But anyway, E6 looked really good at the Pro League qualifier. Heretics also looked very solid. Very difficult to determine who's going to win this one right now. I think I'm going to go for E6 just because I think they really can compete with the best teams. I think it'll be close. I also do think that Heretics and the Spanish guys have always had an issue to some degree with their consistency and their clutch factor under pressure. Now, they really did prove that they have it to some degree against G2 when they won that map 5. But, you know, I'm not sure they're fully there yet. I need more proof that they can win the close series down the stretch. And I feel like their first time really in the Pro League, they may have some issues with that early on, is my theory. So I guess I should favour E6 here. eUnited EXG should be a no-brainer. eUnited should take it. Splyce EnVy's tough. I think I'll go Splyce. Heretics I'll go for against EXG. EnVy I'll have to beat Denial. Splyce I guess I should take to beat Enigma 6. And I'll go eUnited over 100 Thieves regardless. So let's have a look at the overall standings. And let's see how I feel things going down the line. I think eUnited and Splyce should still be the top 2 teams. They're playing their match against each other in week 2, so I don't exactly know how to call that just yet. I think I'll favour eUnited. I really don't know. It's super tough to call right now where these guys should end up, but I think they should be the top 2 in the division. Then I think EnVy is the 3rd best, but then we have to consider the 100 Thieves dark horse anyone knows factor. Because excluding 100 Thieves from this, eUnited, Splyce, EnVy, E6, Heretics, I think is a very intelligent way to put things. But 100 Thieves literally could slot in anywhere here. Like, they could come out and be dominant. They could be like 3rd. I think that's what I'm going to go for, but also we have to take into consideration we do have the potential roster changes happening down the line where 100 Thieves could change players again, or, eUnited, EnVy, who knows what's going to happen. Maybe E6 will fall out of the fray. My prediction's going to be, though, that 100 Thieves are going to slot somewhere around this 3rd position here. I think eUnited and Splyce are very, very good teams indeed. I'm not sure 100 Thieves will be able to better both of them. Possibly they'll get some upset wins at some point, but I think generally 100 Thieves are not considered to be, a dominant force right now. I think they may be very good though, and with the potential meta changes coming into effect with this latest patch that I talked about a couple of days ago, I'll leave that down in the description box below if you're interested, then they should be even better than they were at Vegas and at the Pro League qualifier. So I'm going to go with like eUnited, Splyce, 100 Thieves, EnVy, E6 in 5th, then Heretics. Then I don't know who to pick out of these last 2. Kind of tempted to put Denial in 7th, but it doesn't really matter in the lower ones. But one of these teams in the bottom 4, if it's Enigma 6 or if it's 100 Thieves or whoever, they will also have the opportunity to make it, or all the teams will have the opportunity to make it into the playoffs anyway, because there's a 10 teams playoffs this year rather than 8. So I think it's a single elim bracket. The bottom 4 will play the bottom 4 from Division A, whoever they may be, right at the end of the season. This is all the way in like June time. And 2 of those teams will qualify to get into the playoffs anyway. So I'd be interested to hear your predictions on this. Leave all your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'll leave the link to the matches, twitch.tv/Call of Duty, so you can follow that Twitch stream, watch it live and free. Tonight, starting at, it's 11 PM my time, 6 PM Eastern time. It's starting later today because there's only 2 matches. Hot Mic, which is kind of a show where Maven talks with the pros about the things that have been going on lately, starts half an hour before that, so you can tune in a little bit early if you guys are new to all of this stuff. So yeah, leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new as always. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll see you next time.
Bomb online. Bomb defused. And that's how we do it. Get ready for the next round.